Hi, welcome to Fix That Format. I'm Pamela. I teach the computer classes at the Arlington Heights Job Center. Some of you may have been in class with me. Since we can't meet face-to-face, I've put together a video series focused on fixing some of the common resume layout problems in Microsoft Word. This particular series of short videos is about working with fonts. Let's take a look. This series consists of 3 short videos. First one is just about the basics of font in Microsoft Word. In the second video, talk about changing the look of a font, some formatting. In this video, the third one, we're going to talk a little bit about resume-friendly font types. In this third video, we're going to look at some of the font types recommended by resume experts, why they're recommended, and what criteria you should use to determine the font type you want to use on your own resume. Remember that resume styles frequently change, so it's a good idea to keep up to date by keeping tabs on some resume-related websites to make sure that your resume styles stay current. Fonts are broken down into categories, but the 2 categories that are most important when choosing a font type for a resume are serifed fonts and sans serif fonts. Serif fonts, like Times New Roman here, have little extensions at the ends of the letters. It's no coincidence that the name Roman is included here, because the Romans were the first ones to add those little extra feet to the letters. We've all seen Roman numerals, and we know they have serifs. Sans serif fonts, sans just means without, are a newer invention. Sans serif fonts rose in popularity as people began working on computer monitor screens. In the early days, when the screen resolution wasn't so good, sans serif fonts were easier to read. Calibri, which is the default font in Word, is an example of a sans serif font. So what fonts do experts recommend? Well, as is typical with experts, they don't all agree. But here are some of the more popular fonts for resumes, and it's really not a surprise to find that they are the same popular fonts that are used in other professional documents. Arial, Verdana, Tahoma are all popular sans serif fonts. Georgia and Garamond are popular serif font choices. Times New Roman, which is a serif font, well, that seems to be a font people either love or hate when it comes to resumes. So how do you decide what font type is right for you? The most important thing about a font for your resume is that it's clear and readable. But beyond that, well, you might want to consider the type of profession you're in. If you work in an area that values stability and longevity, you might choose a serif font like this, Book Antiqua, or Georgia is always a popular font. If you work in a little bit more cutting-edge profession, maybe you want to choose one of the more modern sans serif fonts, or you might choose it if you just don't like the look of serifs. Here's Tahoma, Arial, and Calibri are always good as well. Also, keep in mind that fonts won't look the same even if they're the same point size. Here, the sans serif fonts seem larger than the serif, even though all 4 paragraphs are 16 point. Do your research, listen to advice, and then choose a font type that makes you happy and confident that your resume reflects the professional you. Okay, to round up, resume fonts should be clear and readable. Make sure to keep up with the current resume trends. Pick a font that meshes with your professional profile and that you like. Thanks for watching this video. I hope it helps you feel more comfortable about choosing a font for your resume. If you want to review general information about fonts, take a look back at the first video in this series. If you want to review options for formatting font, any type of font, check out video 2. Thanks again. See you soon.